Okay, so let's understand the basic accounting equation, and from that we will derive our solution. So the basic accounting equation is assets minus liabilities equals to equity. So this is the basic accounting equation. However, we will be needed to know that what type of elements we have in assets, in liabilities, and likewise in equity. But before that, I will give you an example so that you could understand what is the literal meaning of this definition. Suppose an asset by meaning is the amount which a person is likely to receive from any other person arising out of any type of financial transaction. Like if we have a business and we have to receive some amount, like let's say $1,000 from a customer, that $1,000 will be considered as an asset. And whereas in case of liabilities, suppose we have a business and we have bought some material from any of our suppliers, then if we will buy some material from that supplier but we have not paid amount yet, then such not paid amount, or the amount which has not been paid yet, will be considered as liabilities. So let's say suppose we have bought material worth of $5, $500, and we have not paid yet it. Okay, so we say that out of the assets generated in our business, that is $1,000, we have created 500 as liabilities that we have to pay other persons. So what is the amount which will we will be actually able to draw from the business, for our personal expenses or some other type of expenses apart from our business. So what's that? That is $500. Very literally, this is the amount. It's like a takeaway from business. You can note it down. This is a very summarized form definition of equity. Take away from business after paying all liabilities. Okay. Now, first of all, and let's now move to the our current problem. If let's say we have assets, we have equity, which in given case is $100,000. So the solution to the current problem will be based on the accounting equation we have just drawn. So here we have, if we this is asset, this is liability, and this is equity. Okay. So in current question we have equity of $100,000. So what the question is implying, if the equity is equal to $100,000, so will that mean that we have assets that is more more than liabilities by 1,000 $100,000? We can say it. $100,000. That is, let's say suppose we have $200,000 of assets and 100,000 of liabilities. So what we will have at the equity level? $100,000. But with the second choice, where liability exceed where the liability exceed equity by 1 lakh, then what will what will it mean? 2 lakh or $200,000 of liability. So there will be equity of $0, because this is the first case. This is the first choice of the current problem, where we have assets one $100,000 more than liabilities side. Okay, so this is correct. Actually, this is correct, but this is not correct. This is second choice. And what we have in third choice? The third choice is the basic one: asset plus liability equals to equity. So this second condition is wrong, because when we are adding one lakh to the liability side, it is becoming 2 lakh. And when it is 2 lakh, and 2 lakh minus 2 lakhs will give $0 of equity. But from our basic equation, if we will add asset and liabilities to give the amount of equity, so it will come to 3 lakhs. It is just by replacing the minus sign by plus sign. So we will get our third choice by from the first choice. So it is not the case. It is also not correct. So the first equation is correct. Okay. So the correct choice is A. For problem 17. Please make sure that first of all you understand that what is the basic accounting equation, and then you will get to know that why I have devised three types of equations to understand the problem. In the first equation, I have told that if we have, let's say, first of all we have to we have equity value as 1 lakh, $1 lakh. So we have written it on right hand side of the equation. Then we will assume, let's say, we have liabilities of 1 lakh. Okay. Then after that, in the first choice we have been given that asset side is more than liabilities amount by 1 lakh. So 1 lakh plus 1 lakh will be 2 lakh of assets. That is what I have written. So 2 lakh minus 1 lakh will give you 1 lakh of equity. So that is correct. Actually correct. But well, when we will come to second case, where we will have to make 1 lakh of equity to 2 lakh, because in the second choice of the question it has been given that we have to inflate our liability side by 1 lakh, because liability side is more than equity value by 1 lakh. So that is why I have added 1 lakh to the liability side to make it 2 lakh. Okay. So 2 lakh, initial 2 lakh of assets minus 2 lakh of liabilities will give you zero amount of equity. But when we will add 2 lakh of assets plus initial level of liabilities in the third choice of the question, we will get 3 lakh of equity, which is incorrect in our case because we have 1 lakh of equity. So that is why first choice is correct, and that's we have got as the current solution. Thank you.